Hey everyone, how are we doing today? We are working on our lesson number 11 here. We are comparing ratios using tables. Special guest appearance here, Matthew. How are you today, Matthew?
Great.
All right. Why don't you come on, sit down here and get going on this stuff. So,
Woohoo!
absolutely woohoo. All right, we are comparing ratio tables. All right, dial it down a little bit here. We gotta focus here. They've got work to do. They're trying to learn. We just can't distract them the entire time.
All right.
Thank you. So, what they're asking us to do here at the very beginning here is, it says write a ratio to describe the relationship shown in the table. Now, that's a very generic kind of comment there, write a ratio. There are lots of ratios that are there. So, what we want to remind ourselves on is in a table, they're all actually out of the exact same ratio. So if we simplify these ratios, we should get the same answer. Matthew, now talk to me here for a little bit there. In math class, are you doing division?
Not exactly. I think we're doing rows and columns.
Rows and columns. Okay, rows and columns there. That's multiplication because it's repeat addition. So, all right, we'll get some of your multiplication that's in here as we kind of deal with this. But
Yes, we're actually in.
okay, all right.
So we're using like rows and columns, and we're using commutative property.
Oh, commutative property, huh? I like it. That's where you can flip the order around and does the exact same thing.
Flip flop.
All right. So here at the beginning, if I look at the 2 and I look at my 16, I can divide both those numbers by 2. And so if I do 2 divided by 2, I'm going to get a 1. And if I do 16 divided by 2, I'm going to get an 8. Now, watch what's going to happen here. If I take the next column there, and I've got 5, and I divide it, and I got a 40, and I divide them both by 5. Well, 5 divided by 5 gives me a 1. 40 divided by 5 gives me an 8. So if we would continue this pattern, what we're going to find is every single time we get the same ratio of that 1 to 8. So I think that's what they're trying to get us to do is, hey, keep them in mind there. So what we're really doing here is being able to make comparisons that are here. So all right, Matthew, so we got some people that are typing, they're texting actually, and it's how many minutes, how many words that they can get in how many minutes. So what we're looking for here, if I'm going to compare Michaela here with Jenna, I'm going to look for numbers that are the same. So I'm going to focus in on the minutes here, Matthew.
Okay.
When you scan across those minutes, and then you scan across the minutes for Jenna, do you see any numbers that are the same?
No.
You don't. Okay. 3, 5, 7, 9. Those are all. Hey, what type of numbers are those? 3, 5, 7, 9.
Skip count by 2s.
Nice. All right. And we could also say, have you talked about odd numbers before? That they're odd numbers?
I remember that from, I think it was in 2nd grade.
2nd grade. Okay. All right. So if we come down below here, 2, 4, 6, 8. We don't have anything that's the same there. So like you said, so we can't make any comparisons right now because none of the numbers, end up matching up. All right, so let's go down a little bit further, and then let's look at Maria and let's look at Jenna here, all right? Matthew, when you look at Jenna's minutes going across the top and you look at Maria's minutes going across, do you find anything that's the same?
Yes.
What do you see?
I see 2 6s.
Yes, here we go. So what this allows us to do is because it's the same minutes, now we can compare. We can compare that, Jenna can type in 270 words, whereas Maria can type in 240. So, hey, Jenna can type more words. That makes her faster. So part of the issue is what do we do when the numbers are not the same? Well, what we saw at the beginning, I know, is we can simplify them there. We can do some of that division. So let's kind of scan back up here and let's look at this 3 and we're going to look at this 150. When I see those numbers, we can divide them both by 3. Now, don't get scared of the 0 that's there. We're just really trying to do 15 divided by 3 and then we'll tack that 0 on. You're not scared of the 0, are you? No, okay, all right.
That would be ridiculous.
Absolutely it would be. So if we divide both of these numbers by 3, 3 divided by 3 gives me a 1. 150 divided by 3 gives me my 15. Now, when I look at that, I still don't have anything that's the same, but what I can do is I can go down to Jenna here and I can try to simplify as well. 2 and 90. Those are both even numbers. Matthew, even numbers. Can you count by your even numbers?
2,
Yep.
4, 6.
Yeah.
10.
Pause right there for a second. No, you got it there. The idea about even numbers is that we know we can divide 2 by all those numbers. So when I look at that 90, even though it's a big number, ends in a 0, it's an even number. Dividing by 2. Matthew, did you know that's the same as cutting something in half?
No.
No, it is. 2 equal groups there. So sometimes if we think of 90 and we cut it in half, let's do this here. Let's bring us back to the days of elementary school. Matthew, 90. Can I break that up into a 10 plus an 80? If I take 10 and add 80, do I get 90?
Yes.
We do. Okay, so now it becomes easier to chop in half. If you chop 10 in half, what do you get? Think of your doubles.
5.
Yes, exactly. How about 80? Can you chop 80 in half?
No.
No. Okay, let me ask you this. Take out the 0. How about the 8? Chop 8 in half. Who's the double for 8?
4.
Yeah, so that means it's a 40 there. We'll just bring that 0 right. I know. So if we add the 5 and the 40, we get 45. So what this allows me to do now is I can compare. 1 minute, she's getting 45 words in. All right. Michaela, 1 minute, she's getting her 15. Oh, Matthew.
Huh?
We made a mistake.
We did?
We did.
Huh?
I knew I shouldn't have listened to you. Did you make the mistake?
You are literally making every single thing.
You're right. I guess it's my fault. If we divide the 3 by a 3, all right, we do get the 1. If we do 15 divided by 3, we get a 5. So it's not 15. It should be a 50 that's there.
50?
All right. Yeah, I know. I'll take the blame for that. So now we can compare that. Michaela, in her 1 minute, she's actually getting 50 words, and so she is faster. So again, we can make comparisons by just finding numbers in the table, or we're going to have to divide and simplify. That's there. Now, there's something here that we want to start to feel kind of a connection between. Per minute, Matthew, per minute. Do you know what that phrase means, per minute? Per minute.
Hold up, let me get my brain working.
Get it working. All right, time's up. I'm thinking no here. So
Yeah.
per minute means for 1. So how much for 1? So if I say 55 words per minute, Matthew, that means 55. Oops. Gotta watch my labeling. Ay, ay, ay. That means 55 words in how many minutes?
1.
Exactly. So now, because we're making our table, we can do some repeat addition that's there. So when I look at my minutes, repeated 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have let you do that. You know how to count by ones, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. The 55s, I'll handle that.
Okay.
If we just keep on adding the 55, the repeat addition, that'll give me 110. Add on another 55, 165. Add on another 55. Oh my goodness. That's going to give me 220. Yeah. All right. So main thing here is when we compare, we got to find the same things that are in the table. If we can't find the same things in the table, then we need to simplify that's there. So those are the 2 different techniques, two. All right. Those are the 2 different techniques that we use. And I think we're going to end it right there. What do you think? Is that good?
Yeah.
There's a lot more questions that are there. I don't think we need to do them, though, do we?
How about we let the students handle this?
Love it. We'll see you guys later. Say goodbye, Matthew.
Bye.